Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Construction Studies Foundation Detail series. In this video we're going to look at the Passive Standard Concrete Strip Foundation, a modern foundation detail designed to meet Passive House energy standards. Just like before, I'll explain what it is, when it's used, the main advantages and disadvantages, and I'll show you how to draw it step by step using the animated PowerPoint. Our learning intention for this video is to describe and draw a passive standard concrete strip foundation in a scale of 1:10, showing all main components clearly and accurately to scale. Our success criteria is to be able to identify the key layers and materials in a passive foundation, explain how it reduces heat loss, explain an advantage and disadvantage, and produce a clear, accurate 1:10 drawing in detail. A passive standard concrete strip foundation is an energy efficient version of a traditional strip foundation. It is designed to minimize heat loss through the base of the building and prevent what's called thermal bridging, where heat escapes through materials that aren't well insulated. To achieve this, rigid insulation is added around and beneath the floor slabs and along the edge of the foundation walls. This creates a continuous layer of insulation between the ground and the structure, helping to keep the heat inside the building. One main advantage of a passive foundation is that it provides excellent thermal performance, reducing heat loss and helping achieve low energy ratings or even passive house certification. However, a disadvantage is that it's more expensive and requires precise construction, as even small gaps in the insulation can cause thermal bridging and reduce efficiency. So when would a passive standard concrete strip foundation be used? They're typically used in modern, energy-efficient homes or retrofit projects when achieving high insulation standards and air tightness is a priority. As always, before you start drawing, just make sure that your dimensions are divided by 10, because this is a scale of 1:10. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with our reinforced concrete foundation, and because the wall structure is going to be a little bit wider, that means the foundation is going to be a bit wider as well. The foundation totals 1350 by 450 and it's reinforced here down below. Next we're going to start off with our construction of the wall. You can see that it's going to be a total of 400 millimeters in width. So the first 4 blocks are horizontally laid, and then the 2 blocks on the outer leaf are vertical, and on the inner leaf are vertical as well, with 4 horizontal blocks in the center as well. These blocks here are known as lightweight insulated blocks. On the outside we're going to fill in our ground section, and on the inside here we're going to fill in our hardcore. We're going to have 150 millimeters of hardcore. On top of the hardcore we have our 40 sand blinding, and on top of that we also then have our 150 concrete subfloor. We're going to start constructing the wall detail here. We have got our 100 external leaf, we then have our 200 insulation, and then we have 1 more insulated block followed by 4 standard concrete blocks then. Next we have got our 80 insulation on top of our concrete subfloor, and then just beside that we have got our 150 insulation. On top of our 150 insulation we have got our 75 screed, on top of which then we have got our 25 flooring. On the inside we've got our 12 render, and then on the exterior we have our 18 render then as well. Once that's finished, we have got our DPM, our damp proof membrane, or our radon barrier. You'll notice here that we have got an air tightness seal, and then we have got our DPC, our damp proof course, to prevent capillary action, and then we have our wall ties then as well. Once that's finished, we just label all of the components associated with the passive concrete strip foundation. Let's go over what we covered. Our learning intention was to describe and draw a passive standard concrete strip foundation, and our success criteria were to identify the main components, explain how it reduces heat loss, go over an advantage and disadvantage, and draw it accurately to scale. We learned that the passive concrete strip foundation uses continuous insulation to prevent thermal bridging, with added insulation, lightweight insulated blocks and air tightness seals. They are highly energy efficient, however they are much more expensive to construct. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, bye bye.